So, first week playing at social media influencer. How's it been? What have I done? How's it gone? What's going down? I'm going to run through it with you. This video is not going to be good. I'm still learning, figuring it all out, but this whole journey we'll go through it together and you'll be able to see what it's like to go from no idea, hopefully, a good idea. We'll see. And if you've got any tips along the way, do let me know because I'm really thumbing my way through this. So we'll start off a little bit about myself. My name is James Cade, Cade Tries. That's what we're here for. I'm trying to build something. I love the idea of the digital influencer sort of lifestyle, the digital nomad, all that sort of stuff. I love the idea of busting out a little laptop, typing away anywhere, setting up in a little cafe. That just really appeals to me. I've never worked in that sort of industry. I've always worked in service-based industries, and I'd love to do something like that. So this is my attempt at thumbing my way and forcing it to happen. So what I've done, so the project so far, we're in day 13. We started in January, me and my partner. She's a really good artist. You'll see, I'll go over in more detail. We've started in total 3 Instagram accounts, all of which we're trying to get some sort of traction, something going on so that we can do something, see what happens. We don't necessarily know what will come of it. We don't really have any grand schemes for it to become anything. We just want to give it a good go and try and create communities in those sort of areas. So we've picked 3 different accounts, 2 of which are mine, 1 of which is hers that I sort of keep an eye on with her to sort of push her in the right way. So I get the difference between us is she's very much in the now and here and there, whereas I dream about 5 years into the future. So hopefully between the 2 of us we can try and bring something in the short medium term and actually get something done, instead of, so I'll think, oh, we'll make an Instagram account and we'll have 1 million followers which obviously doesn't happen, and she thinks, well, I've got an Instagram account, I'll just do what I want on it, it's not a big deal, which is also true. And now we need to try and figure out how to get from her to me. That's the idea. So I'm going to go through the 3 pages, show you what we've done, show you how I'm tracking it, and then I'm going to do hopefully weekly updates. This is a week late because I've been working up to it all week. I'm not very good at this sort of thing. So this is me trying to force myself into it. Like I said, I have no idea, no experience, nothing. I'm just trying to go for it and get it out there. So I'll show you this. Let's see if it works. Can't reach the page. We'll ignore that for a second. So here's the 3 Instagram accounts. I'm all ready to go. So we'll go my first one. This isn't my personal account because my personal account is a bit junk and I don't really like what it is, what's on there. But this is, so I used to do a bit of streaming back in the day, not much, as you can see, about only 46 followers. And this is like the leftover of that account. So I've tried to rework it into something else. I'm using it to keep me accountable for Warhammer, because I've got an awful lot of models that need painting and building, and I'm overwhelmed by it. So my goal for this Instagram account is to get me accountable for building it and getting tips and advice to do a good job of it. That's the goal of it. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to see if I can play along with it and try and get something from it. Not something from it. Try and build like a following around it. And if I can, that'll be like sprinkling sprinkles on a cake. I don't know. It'll be amazing. I can't even fathom how cool that would be. But I'm going to try it anyway. So here's my post. There's nothing too exciting. This logo, I don't know if you can see, it's just there. That's one that I drew on a stream once. It's just, there's nothing exciting. So 8 likes. This is probably my biggest one. 37 plays. Don't think that's right. It's probably all me. 7 likes, 15. So they're all relatively low on this account, which is fine because I know it's very niche, very small. I've not done a huge amount of promotion currently this week. Well, since the start of the year, and me and my partner, we've been focusing on just trying to make sure that we upload once a day, just to keep that consistency. I mean, it's still very early days. This was me building a coffee as I was about to do it. This is just a bit of paint porn. Look at it. It's even now. Look at that. It's very aesthetic. Love that. And that's my account. So 19 posts. Just goes to show, since the start of the year. I mean, I've not done one today. Today is currently the 13th. I don't know if that shows up. It doesn't show up. So for me, it's the 13th of January. I've not done today's post, but I will do it after this. So I've done 12. So that means there were 7 already on there. We go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there were 6. I've miscounted somewhere. But there we go. So I've been doing it, daily. I've tried to, make some reels, all that sort of stuff. Nothing too snazzy. I've had about 3 or 4 followers since the start of the not making this account, since re-going at this account. And I'm just genuinely going to start building it. I'm going to build some goals to move forward for the rest of January and see how that goes. Now we'll move on to the next page that we're looking at. So this one is my partner's one, and hers is very art based. So the reason behind hers is she wants to draw more because she's very talented. She wants to draw more and she wants to share it with everyone. She's been drawing for all of her life, and she just wants to get it out there and push herself to just keep going for it, basically. So she's working on, the same thing, one a day this year. That's what we've been doing. We started on the 1st. These are some of her posts. This is a video of her drawing one of them, Slender Man, a dragon. As you can see, hers have been a lot more popular, and these are all images that she's drawn herself. So Audrey too, a little Russian doll, she drew these, a TARDIS, and this logo here, I asked her to draw for me. So from the start of the January, she's gained 23 followers, which I personally think is really good. I think that's ace. And she's been very consistent with posting, 16 likes, 3 comments, 20 likes, 7 comments, 16 likes, 6 comments, 21 and 3, 14 and 7. And I've been writing these down most days, and I'm trying to track that just so we can see where we're going. Like I said, this is a journey for the both of us. So she's not so much interested in any of the numbers, any of the figures or anything like that, but I like numbers. Numbers make me happy, so I'm keeping an eye on that for her, just because I'd like to be able to look back and see where we've come from, what has happened from it, and the benefits of this sort of thing, and see what comes from it. And I just think it'd be nice to, like I said, I'm a dreamer, so let's say in a couple of years' time, if we're still consistent and still going for it, it'd be nice to be able to look back and see where we were and where we were in that stage of this journey, and how we're feeling and how hard it was. So that was quite good. I've made a link tree for each of the accounts just because I like to faff about and all that sort of stuff, so it just keeps me nice and happy, to be honest. It's nothing heavy, there's nothing too exciting on there, but I did it anyway because that's what I do. I'm afraid I get carried away and excited. Also, what I've done is I've made a new one. This was the other day, so this hasn't been since the start of the year. This was literally since yesterday. I did 1 post. You'll notice this: 4 likes, 2 comments already. I've not actually looked and replied to those, but I asked my partner to make this. So we're both hippies at heart, and on here I'd like to push, like an environmental, well-being and all that sort of stuff on here. You know, I'm gonna sort of go down that road where I talk about, you know, well, not talk about, but you know, post ideas for a bit more environmentally friendly, a bit softer on the environment, and just generally look after our world. Because as much as I love Warhammer, I also enjoy this. I've got a link, and this is something else that I feel passionately about. And we're basically using these accounts to keep ourselves motivated and accountable, to make sure that my partner draws, to make sure I do Warhammer, and so that I can spread the word of the environment. So that's the Eco Viking, which I don't look as rugged as that, but you know, that's mustache goals right there. And so they're the 3 accounts that we're working on. So 2 followers already. Yeah, so this one is very new, and this is probably the one that I'll be, out of the 2 accounts that I'll be working on, these are the ones that I'll probably be I'll be trying to grow more aggressively, if that's the right word. I'm not entirely sure if it is the right word, but that's what I'll be trying to do. What I have been doing in the meantime, I haven't updated it for a few days, but because I thought I'll do this video at the start of the week, and I've delayed right up until the very end because that's what I do, you know, because it's not in the future. There's no long-term scheme. I struggle to actually get things going. I'm not very good at editing videos. I'm very much I struggle to just do things. I've been watching a lot of Think Media, and they're just press record. But even then, I can't just press record. You know, I've got a microphone. I've had to set up, you know, 2 screens going on here. I've got a weird light. I really tried to make it look as professional as I can, with not much behind me, without getting carried away and doing all sorts of fancy stuff. You know, just getting it out there, because ultimately it is just to document my journey. You know, I need to not get too carried away with the idea of, oh, what if I get YouTube monetized? That'd be lovely, but I'm a long way away from there. What I need to actually do is focus on actually just recording a video. 1, that's right now. 2 is getting a video that would be acceptable to put out there into the internet, which I don't know how well I'll edit this video. My idea was to make it so that I wouldn't necessarily need to, it wouldn't be the end of the world if I didn't edit it, which is why it's in this format. So actually, I suppose I could flip back this, which is why it's in this sort of format, so that I can keep talking. Like I said, I've learned on mine a little bit of knowledge from streaming, so I'm using OBS to record the screen. I don't know if that'll work or not. I'm hoping so, and I'll go from there. But more to the point of where I'd like to go, in keeping an eye on the numbers, is I'll show you now. I love an Excel sheet, which I know can be very boring for people, but Excel, this is where we're going. That worked. That worked. So as you can see, you know, it's a few days out of date. 21 followers. This is just for. Does it say at the top? No, it's not saved. But this one is a file for Bex, a little bit like art. And you know, I've got a couple of graphs that I'm working on to see how her followers have grown, so we can find any spikes, likes per post, so that, you know, what I would do is annotate these points to be like what sort of hashtags we were using, what they were like. This is all the sort of stuff that I'd like to. This is basically me in my downtime, which is embarrassing almost. I absolutely love this, looking at this sort of stuff. So I look at numbers. You know, I've filled in where we've got up to. So this isn't right, so I can get rid of these. Oh, there we go. Delete, 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 delete. And so this is just projected. So I literally filled in what we were doing. As you see, you know, we're getting 2 or 3 followers a day on this account. You know, more than 1 a day, I think, is pretty remarkable, considering we're on 23 and it's the 13th day we've been doing this. Posted, yes or no. See, I've not filled it out since the 9th, and I didn't fill it out all the way from the 9th because I was hoping to do a video just for this part, which I haven't done. Just a graph, comments, likes, just so we can see what's going on. Because if I do something, I like to go well deep in and over the top, And I don't know if that's just a way for me to stall and put it off, or if, but I genuinely enjoy this. But because I put all that much of like effort behind it, faffing, I know that those numbers, they're not needed for anything. They're not even important. They're not the reason why we've built these accounts, but they sort of help keep me then more interested in the Instagram side of things, which keeps me interested in actually maintaining what I need to do. It's almost like a triangle. So I've got a goal, what I want to do here, then I'm using Instagram to keep that going, but then I'm tracking Instagram to keep that going, and then that keeps me motivated. But it's a different hobby from up here, so that I don't, in theory, I'm not going to do any weird burnouts or anything like that. I can just carry on going. And then alongside all of that, I thought I'll document it on YouTube, hopefully. I did build TikTok accounts for each one of these. I'm not really into it. I'm old school, so I still miss Vine. Vine still has a place in my heart, which I would relate to TikTok quite a lot. Maybe over throughout this January, I will start looking at stuff on there. I don't know. But then, and thinking how well I tie that into keeping motivated, for what, we want to achieve. So with that in mind, please comment below what you think of the video and let me know. Bye.